Hey, y'all. So a quick do as I say, not as I do note on what you're about to see. Uh, Definitely like take a few photos with your camera, phone camera, whatever, before you start taking stuff apart. That will really help when you're putting stuff back together. I kind of built that whole board from scratch, so I kind of know where everything goes. But if you've got a board that you bought, not a DIY, you might need some photos just as reference because like if you hook the wires up in a different order or something, things will probably not work. Second thing, I wasn't sure if I was gonna have to take this apart again to like reshoot stuff, so I didn't use it. But you'll really want to use something like blue Loctite or something, thread sealant, to make sure your parts don't come apart at speed. And with that, I'll cut to the content here. I recently got a set of cloud wheels for this board here. See, before it had these Meepo style wheels just off of Amazon. If you have these, they look a little bit different because I have this custom adapter. I'm just gonna unplug these. You will have to likely take your motors out of your truck. So let me just show you how that's done. I'm gonna unscrew this little skate tool here. I'm gonna undo the kingpin bolt, nut rather. Take it off. Work this loose. This adapter's a little tight, so now we've got our truck here. So you'll want to take your 5mm Allen wrench and just loosen up these 4 bolts. Again, this is going to look a little bit different on your trucks. And if you have originally compatible wheels for these cloud wheels, you probably still need to take them out of the trucks because of the technique I'm going to show you for how to put on the new sleeves without any special tools. All right, so I'm going to pop this out and see we've got our motor here. And actually, no, those will fit. They're the same. They look a little shorter from that perspective. So anyway, this is a Wowgo 3 motor. On these Meepo motors, you've got the screws here on the inside, and if you undo these and use a puller on it, it will actually pull this whole thing off, including the magnets. And unfortunately, you have to replace the whole rotor, including the magnets, with the exception of this little aluminum back cap, just because of the way that the urethane is actually bonded to the rotor of these motors. That's kind of a downside to these. Again, these Wowgo 3 motors will fit into the same truck, like so. And so if you don't want to get an entirely new board or entirely new set of trucks, you can order up a set of these from the Wowgo website. And yeah, they'll work in the existing Meepo style trucks. So again, it's a 2.5mm Allen key to get the cap off. Now, usually I'd use a suction cup to take this off. They've been a little sticky in the past, but right now that's holding my phone, so can't do that. Anyway, this is, again, a Wowgo 3 motor. And what I want to show you is a little technique to take off these sleeves without any special tools. See, there's some little dogs that kind of index into these slots in the rotor. And so what you want to do is get yourself a length of pipe that is the right diameter. So if you're in the US or Canada or probably parts of Latin America where we use non-metric pipe, or generally non-metric dimensions in construction, this is 3-inch Schedule 40 ABS. If you go to the home center, they'll have like 10-foot lengths, but usually they'll also have like 1-foot lengths. You really don't want something much longer than that, but you just slide it in, you can see sits nicely up against the wheel, and I will be right back. So I just had to run and get a hammer. This is a kind of fancy dead blow hammer. You could probably get away with a regular claw hammer if you use like kind of a soft piece of wood here, but you basically just want to tap the center of this, and you can see the sleeve comes right off, and your motor is here. Again, you can see the little slots that get engaged with the wheel. You can do that with the other wheel. I won't bore you with that. So let's dive right into the Cloudwheels. They announced these pretty recently for this style of motor. I think it was kind of almost a birthday present for me. So you can see, again, it's got the same positioning of these little dogs. That is the technical term. That engage in the slots in the rotor. You probably want to have the logos out. I'm sure it doesn't really matter, but this little machine section doesn't look as nice. And so I don't think there's any kind of orientation that matters here other than that. And you might be able to just kind of push them in. And then you'll want to put the cap back on. I'm going to go ahead and set it back into this pipe just for convenience. We've got it, the Cloudwheel on the motor, and suppose we could go ahead and put that back into the truck here now. Kind of want to watch your cable to make sure it doesn't snag on anything, or doesn't get chafed on the. And there you have it. We're about halfway done. Okay, so the front wheels are actually a lot easier. They're just a regular kind of skate wheel. And let me flip this guy around. Again, you could take the hanger off, but for this, I don't think you need to. You want the medium size thing. You can get these for about, I got this for $12 at the local skate shop. Support your local skate shop. But you can also probably find them on Amazon or whatever. For this, you'll find there's these little washers. Don't use those, and then you just want something that'll kind of push out the bearings. This is a screwdriver. Watch me screw this up. Okay. I'm sure there's easier ways to get this done. So I'm trying to kind of set it on the shoulder of the bearing here and try to go a little easy on it. But these just press in, and the other one should be a little easier to get out. smart, I'd probably oil these, that sort of thing. I'm gonna go ahead and use the spacer. I don't know if it's strictly necessary with these wheels, but I'm just gonna center the spacer a little bit here. Yeah, and we're gonna put the logo out. It doesn't really matter that much. And then we'll want to wash her. And I kind of lied earlier saying we're halfway done. We were about a quarter of the way done. But now we're about halfway done. If you are changing your Meepo motors to these Wowgo ones, you probably need to change your wiring up a little bit. So you just want to make sure there's no lateral play on them. But there you have it. Just repeat for the other two and you're good to go.